You're live.
Hello, it's Deanne Munoz, and welcome back to the Unleash Your Sexy podcast. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. Woo! Yes, I am my own fan. I am my own audience, letting you know. You gotta learn to hype yourself up. Okay, we are in season 4, episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
So 4, well, 4 is a very lucky number, let alone double 4s. So super, super, super lucky. So today, my special guest is the one and only beautiful seedling, the sperm from my ex-husband that made it to my age.
It is.
Drum roll.
I need $100 every time you say that line. Starting now.
Wait, you've already taken half my money.
I
spent my whole life trying to have my money. Come on, can we do it back? Can we get some of this back? It's like an interest when you have kids, huh? Like when they get married, like their husband has to pay me back for all the stuff I paid for their whole
I actually know that a lot of people friends that we know our age or when they got their first jobs, or still to this day they'll give a lot of their checks to their parents. Like Lizzie's given all her OnlyFans money, every last cent, all to her parents every time.
But do her parents not? I don't
know, but
I'm assuming they probably don't have money, right?
Yeah, but how much she makes, she just gives it all. But that's just so some people do pay their parents back. I pay you back with love. So.
You're like, okay, what about you?
I didn't get a hug today when she walked in. I didn't get a kiss. I didn't get nothing today. I didn't get no love. I didn't even get a paycheck.
Oh, paycheck? Oh,
wow. I don't know. I'll call OnlyFans and be like, I need a 50% of her fees, please.
You call, and then now you're like, remember back in 2012, you had an employee.
I'm like the IRS, huh? I'm like, so we're going back to
paying up.
I get a percentage of everything. Can you imagine? I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool. Like when you get married and your husband, like, hey, you need to pay back all the money for your wife. I don't know.
That'd be great.
We should make it like a new.
No likes and no like.
We should make it like a new tradition.
Well, that'd be crazy.
In the Mexican world, in the Spanish world, Mexican culture,
Latin
culture.
Well, I know for weddings, who's supposed to pay for the? I heard the bride's dad's supposed to pay for it. How does that work? I heard something I might be saying.
We're all looking at each other like none of our parents have money.
Well, I guess they're supposed to pay for something. I don't know.
I thought that was for the white people. The white people do that though.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be the bride's family that pays for it, the dad.
Oh,
and then in Mexican culture, it has to be the man's family.
Okay. So
yeah.
the bride's family
there you go. It's a family as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Mexican family is like no, and then it's obviously you have a lot of godfathers and godmothers for dress, knife, cake, shoes, knife.
Wait, she needs some
expensive ass knife.
Oh, yeah. What is this new?
Yeah, it's a new one.
Yeah, it's on permanently.
It feels new. Yeah, but for the Mexican culture, from what I know, it's the husband's family that pays for it.
So what happens? She doesn't date a Mexican guy though. She's dating a mixed guy. So he's half white though, right?
Yeah.
Half white and half black.
I'm not sure how that would work actually.
So how does that work then?
I guess you come to an agreement.
I'm just gonna say it now. Nobody's paying for my wedding.
Yay!
Does that make sure you're engaged?
He's like, no.
No. Okay, so today, thank you so much for coming and taking time out of your night tonight.
I feel like an official guest.
No, literally.
Thank you. I haven't seen
She's
you
like
forever.
literally been like my co-host. Imagine I had her my co-host all the time. That would be awkward at some moments and then great at others.
Oh no.
Very awkward. Okay, so today's topic, we are going to be addressing a controversial topic that there's memes based around it. There are skits based around it. There are TV shows, movies, everything based off of this topic. And it is good girl versus bad girl. Now, we're going to come a little bit more specific. So it's more like conservative, stay home, religion. Versus that sexy vixen, okay? So
like we talk about like in general, we come from America, right? And over here, which I think is considered Western philosophy. It's Western.
I'm not sure.
It's Western philosophy. We are taught like about that, you know, a woman stays home, cooks, cleans, has kids, and you do as you told. Okay, so now we're in 2020.
You're like, what year is it?
I really was like, make sure I have the right year. I don't know, I feel like this year went by so fast. My years and my times and all my stories are different. Okay, so looking like now, and we're in 2020, right? And you're a millennial, so I come from a different time than you do. So this is like a perfect subject. Okay, what is your view on, or like, what do you and your friends think of like versus like, what do you consider a good girl? And is there even a bad girl or vixen or what is what?
Okay, well, also too, can you read like that part where it says that they say vixens live the? Or
We are taught to be wives, but vixens get all the attention, money, and good life. Men say they want wives, but what really do they want?
Yes. So I think they want both. And I think if you can be both, then by all means do that. That's really how I feel about it. Maybe some stay-at-home wives kind of like, this is kind of actually what your whole podcasts are about. Like they lose like their mojo, they lose their sexiness, their sex appeal, and they just don't feel it anymore. And then, but also at the same time, they can be shamed because a lot of guys will talk down on like let's say Instagram girls or girls that OnlyFans, or all she does is like show her boobs, or she has her body done, and she just only takes butt pics, or she's always traveling. But like that's what they want. Like they'll sign up for the OnlyFans. They'll like try to reach out to those girls, take them on trips, try to do stuff, even though they have like a wife just at home,
right,
doing nothing at home. So I think they want both. So, and I've seen vixens actually, believe it or not, because people think like, oh, if you're gonna live that lifestyle, you're never gonna get wifed up. A lot of them do. Strippers I've seen strippers be with like huge famous people get wifed up.
Porn stars as well end up marrying people as well.
Yeah, so I think that be both. No matter where you are, like what you do, be both. Because when I'm married, I want to be both for my man. I want to show him the wife side, but I also want to do the other one, like the vixen.
So what do you feel like is the conservative wife type to you? Like what are the characters? Like what are the traits?
I guess typically,
yeah. Like when you think, okay, well, I'm also gonna be this, but I'm gonna be this. So if you had to like, I remember back this is to the millennials.
If I really had to pick someone like a actual out loud name like Aisha Curry, right? I guess I feel like she'd be like a typical. Do you know?
I don't know who that is.
Oh. Yeah, so no, she's beautiful, but I feel like she even talks about it like I don't like showing my body, some stuff like that. Okay. And but she's Stephen Curry, the basketball player.
Okay, I know who he is.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Steph Curry. But
okay,
like she's always super conservative, covered up, and she's like. She like does a cooking show and cookbooks and stuff like that, and she stays with the kids always. So she's just very, and I think she's made public statements about, I don't want to show my body, like it's only for my husband to see behind closed doors. So she's always super covered up. And then, but then also too, I think she made a statement like, every time I go out, why don't guys look at me? So it's just kind of like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit like a little double take there. You're like, okay, but you just said this and then that.
Right.
So that's kind of an example. No, I'm not throwing shade on her.
No. But so do you feel like right now, like in this age period, it's like men put out this, okay, well, I want the good girl. I want the girl that like nobody's had. I want the girl that doesn't show her ass.
I don't think so. Right now, where we are right now, I don't feel that.
You don't feel that?
I don't think
but I feel the fact for her, I feel like some girls, like I feel like some girls kind of fake the funk. Like, okay, like, in regards to what? Yeah, in regards to that, like, okay, well, I'm this, and that, because this is going to land this guy.
I mean, all my friends, that I know of, and my girls, I don't think, right now where we are, like with my friends in our age group,
so you're the millennials.
We don't fake we don't fake anything, and I feel like maybe that, the old-fashioned way, or whatever one wants to call it, maybe it's going out, but I don't think, like, whatever's coming in now should be shamed either.
Right.
Like if you're living your best life and you're doing what makes you happy, and if it's not the typical like, oh, I'm just gonna get married early, or I'm a good girl, like I don't like, if you're dating and you're single, then more power to you. Like be single and date. Right. And I feel like that's where we are in the millennial age. We we are doing our own thing, but we're also not faking it. We're like, you're gonna know it. That's pretty much it.
Not faking it. I love that part. So obviously we come from two different backgrounds. I come from the old school thinking like, you know, you're the woman, stay home, you cook, you clean, you act a certain way. And that's obviously how me and people my age and older think. So you being a millennial, like you coming to that, like it was so easy for you to say that. But I find like there's people my age, like if I try to date someone my age or date people like around my age, there's like such a stigma, such a like, no, like you be this way, you be that way. Like
It seems ridiculous too.
Control, like what my mom and dad were, which today obviously like it's a whole different lifestyle.
But that also leads into before I feel women were more like 100% dependent on men. Like if maybe they didn't work, and if they did, they definitely weren't making as much. I know like that's kind of a statistic from back then. So you kind of all you had to do was just like listen, be like good to, well, not like be good to them always, but I'm saying like just make sure you do whatever they tell you. So now I feel like almost everybody I know, every woman is being an entrepreneur,
has their own money,
starting something on their own, making their own bag. So it's the fact that you can't tell us what to do anymore. Like it's about if we want to do it, we want to be with you, then okay. But otherwise, you can't tell us what to do because we're gonna go get our own place. We'll live on our own. We're gonna do our own thing regardless. So you're gonna stick with me for whatever the situation is. Everyone could be different. For who I am, what I'm in, that part of my life, you can stay with me. Like if we love each other, and if we don't, then I feel like, you know, you can't control me too much. Yeah.
And don't you come back no more, no more.
Yeah, it's kind of like what everyone brings to the table.
Okay, that song's from like the 70s.
I like that song.
Was that Pink Panther? No?
No,
That's
not
what
that I know
song?
of.
Oh, sorry. Was the Pink Panther song? Wow, it's so different to like have a conversation with you versus like if I had a conversation with grandma, my mom. You know, like my mom's conversation, obviously, like my mom raised me, so like she puts like different. She taught me different growing up, which isn't like who we're gonna be today. But it's interesting though because
grandma's still like I would basically consider her still like a ride or die though.
No,
like
definitely.
That's devotion. Like you can still be devoted to your man. Right. So every situation just could be so different. But grandma's definitely that's like pure devotion. And
I don't even know if we call it devotion.
What is it then?
I think we would just call it, I don't even know the word. It's like, because, you know, obviously now, like, grandma's in a different place in her life. And, you know, she's lost a lot of weight. And, you know, she, like, got her hair done now. And she works out. Like, I feel like she's finally her. Like I feel
into her power?
I feel like for so long, she was always like, okay, let me be what grandpa wants. Like, let me be what, you know, Abel and Deanne need. Like, I'm like, she was always trying to fit a certain role and never got to really truly like be who she wanted to be. You know what I mean? And right now I feel like all of a sudden, like she always wants to hang out with us. Like she'll be like, what are we doing for New Year's? And she'll look up like what like dresses for New Year's. And, you know, and she'll drink with us and hang out with us. So I feel like,
she'll literally, what does she have, like a Cosmo or martini?
Yeah.
She took 2 sips and she's like, the room's spinning. 2 sips of her first little Cosmopolitan. She's like, the room is moving.
And she was like, I feel relaxed. You know, and then we'll just start talking about deep talk that we've never had really before.
It was so cute though. 2 sips of her first drink.
So I feel like I really feel like, unfortunately, you know, her and you know, that time frame and us like growing up, we were taught like a certain way to be, and I feel like a lot of us stood in relationships we shouldn't have been in because we were trying to fit the good girl role. Because honestly, like if you guys even know my
not necessarily though. Can I interrupt you there because the topic is
good girl versus bad girl.
Well, they're also too like men want you to be a wife, but they also do they want vixens or the vixens live the lifestyle or whatnot. But I feel like in your marriage you were both. You wouldn't say you were?
Yeah.
Obviously not when you met Dad when you were in high school.
Right,
but
right.
I think you were both. So how did that situation end up playing? You know what I'm saying? You were both and then
let's call him. Let's bring Daddy. Dear ex-husband. I'm gonna call Jasmine's phone because he won't answer if it's mine. I wish he would.
He never answers. He wouldn't. Or he'd hang up and be like, you guys are
I've
dumb.
been trying so hard to get her dad to come on with me just so we could shoot the shit and like, because he's like, we'd
have to
really,
get him
really
drunk.
like one of
That's
my
what we
good
always
friends
say.
and best friends, yeah. But he's a fun time, like totally to talk to and everything. But I feel too like I feel like in regards to grandma and me, like not my whole marriage, but I feel like grandma taught me, well, when you get married, and you're married for life. Like no matter what happens, there was no like when you get married, like I'm gonna let you know, like be happy, and like if there's anything toxic or abusive at some point, like I'm gonna encourage you, and I'm gonna support you.
So how about when you were younger, from what you saw, kind of overall, did you see vixens, like whoever, like for example, the Marilyn Monroes versus the what is John F. Kennedy's wife's name? Anyone? No.
Something Roosevelt.
No, that's not Roosevelt. I said John F.
shoot.
Kennedy.
Oh.
Kennedy.
His wife, the famous. She's.
Jackie.
Okay,
Jackie
so
Kennedy,
it's like
there
it's
we
kind of
go.
like the Jackie Kennedys versus the Marilyn Monroes.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I'd put it. So like, do you think that back then, at that, even at grandma's time, your time, that the Marilyn Monroes were getting wifed, or no?
No.
That was
not
like
at
a for
all.
sure
Like,
no, like a
Marilyn-
hard
yeah.
no, hard no.
Marilyn, I think Marilyn Monroe was
She was married 3 times. She married a baseball
Yeah, but
player.
3
from
different
before.
times. Can I get it? Like
But it still shows that they could get wifed. It's
They
like such a
could.
debatable topic, really.
versus though, like I
But
feel
Jackie
like
was like
back
a-
then though, like she was actually frowned upon, but she was considered like
But she was still
a
getting
sex
a ring
vixen.
put on it, technically.
True.
So, does that really? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does anyone in the audience have something to say? No. Like, you're like, it's a no go. Abe. Yeah, I know Abe has some intel for us. About
Come on,
like
brother.
that. The topic of like
So
the
now right now
Jackies
we
versus
have
Marilyns.
my brother who's gonna come on
Yes,
right
so
now.
you'll hear him.
Who does our audio and our technical stuff.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about?
So basically,
Marilyn
the
Monroe?
Jackies versus Marilyns, like they both ended up getting married. So but Jackie was the wife, and then Marilyn's more the vixen.
I think it kind of everything ties in sort of to how you guys live your lives now, technically, in a sense.
that's what I was
Because think
thinking.
about this. So I think what I'm trying to say is basically depending on what is that?
I think it's the headphones are too
Oh
close
yeah,
to
the headphones.
Depending on what lifestyle you live, it's going to be a lot harder or easier for you to be that wife.
that's good. You put
Because
that perfect.
Look at it. For back then, Marilyn Monroe was what you guys are now. Not the bad, but
vixen.
the
It's the
risque.
sexy vixens.
The
Yeah.
risque.
Yes.
Yeah.
There.
Yes.
In society,
That's true.
the risque, the people that are gonna leave stupid comments all the time
Yes.
about you, that are gonna talk bad
The
about
sexy
you in the newspapers,
vixens.
like or the ditzy ones,
The sultry vixens.
when people look at you from the outside, they're like, oh, they're just looks, no
Yes.
education, no that. But
Right, yeah,
when they
that's
get to
true.
know you, they're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. But as for like
Jackies
Jackie,
of the world. Yeah.
you're married to the president, you automatically get respect. Even if maybe she might have been dumber than Marilyn Monroe, but
Yeah.
everyone automatically respected her because she dressed well. She was you know.
Conservative.
So it's basically your lifestyle is gonna make it a lot easier for you
That's
to
what it
dictate
is.
how you're going to live. I think.
That's perfect.
I mean, I didn't say you can't be a Jackie. I'm saying it's gonna be easier to be a Jackie.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You said that perfectly.
Yeah, and I think that's all it is. It's really just I think you were talking about that the other day when we were talking about your personal
Snapchat.
relationship
Okay.
that you
Oh.
Go ahead.
just kind of ended or started or
Oh yeah. Oh my
and-
God. That
or
fits
s- or-
into this.
or ended
The reason why you guys-
yeah.
or ended and stopped or stopped and
Yes.
ended the next day. I don't know what it was. But basically the topic was, can they handle your
lifestyle.
Right.
And it really comes down to, can you be with a girl that does this? Can you be with a man that does this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's really interesting because
Thanks, Abe.
I feel like that plays a major role in, you know, like obviously we have a topic a lot about open relationships and men and cheating and everything. And it's almost like I feel like, I mean, cheating is a whole different podcast, but I feel like it's kind of like all intermixed where like men are going to look at other women. Men are going to desire the women. Like
Even
they're-
if they have like the wives, they're gonna.
they're
want the
gonna they might
vixens.
have the perfect wife that's, you know, a freaking amazing mom, breadwinner, boss, loyal, cooks, cleans, and is like the sexiest woman like desire because I mean we could look at Beyonce, we could look at J-Lo, we could look at Pamela Anderson, like the biggest sex vixens in the world have all been cheated on, right? And they are breadwinners.
Also, yes.
They're bosses.
Yes.
They're confident. They're amazing parents. They're like, so at the end of the day, it's like, it's kind of, I feel like, in the sense, it's like, it's really like men coming to terms with, hey, like, this is what you want and this is what you're desiring. Like, if I want to be it, I'm going to be it. Like, I'm going to work my issues out with you that you have, with your little, whether it's infidelity or looking or whatever it is. Like, if I'm not tolerate, but if I'm going to be open to that, like, you got to be open to me and who I am and what I'm going to be. Because at the end of the day, like, this is who I am. And this is how I'm going to rock it. This is who I'm going to be ultimately at the end of the day. So you need to be comfortable in your own skin to know that I love you and I'm going to ride and die for you. And likewise, I know you love me, you're going to ride or die for me. Whether you look for somebody else, there's sexy vixens all over the world.
It is definitely a different lifestyle. Like, if we had to compare-ish, I mean, kind of, like, I know with my ex, like,
Right.
that I was with, like, in high school and stuff like that, I feel like I'm sure with his new girlfriend, because, like, I don't know how long ago we broke up, but last I knew with his new girlfriend, like, I'm sure she's very, like, the wife, normal type of.
Right. Like,
so
the girl next door.
And
Latina,
and so before.
I'm going to cater to you, like, and I'm faithful,
so people
loyal,
have told me, they're like, it's very different. Like, it's so different. Like, it's like, I like being with a normal girl.
Right.
Like, they're like, it's with you, it's just the lifestyle is different. It's like, it's so different. Everything is just like very on 10, like everything's just on.
It's like 0 or 100 with us.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, unless you're home with us. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like people, like, looking at us right now are thinking, because I know when people.
But we have the opportunities.
Because people meet us all the time, right? Yes. And honestly, when people meet us, we're like in our pajamas, no hair, no makeup, and it's always on some like chill stuff. And then they're meeting us both and be like, oh my God, like, Deanne, you're so nice. Or, oh my God, your daughter's so nice. Like, da-da-da. And at the end of the day, it's like, it's interesting because of social media, they're portraying us a certain way, which that's the photos we take, that's the outfit we put on, the makeup and the persona that we're putting in the photo. But at the end of the day, like, we still are that ride or die girl. We're still normal at home. We're still sweet. We're still loving.
But I
we're
think
still
that
kind.
some people or men probably do want they might crave the vixens for like a taste. Not everyone.
Yeah.
Some still wife them, but I think for the most part they do want like a more relaxed, normal, low key,
like a submissive
lifestyle.
girl.
Not her being submissive, just her
submissive.
not living the same lifestyle that we live.
Just
The opportunities that
average.
we get.
We would say average, like the average girl.
No, but I hate. No, that sounds like such a.
I don't think it's that.
No, she's not. They can be not average. Is like downplaying them. I'm just saying someone who lives a more normal, low key lifestyle. That's how I'm saying.
That's average. Like somebody goes to work.
So
has
what
a
are
job,
we,
like,
Mama D?
We're,
They cannot live our lifestyle and still
I
be
know, but-
extraordinary people.
No, I mean because if you call them average,
Yeah,
that's
those
a screenshot on her because I've been holding my penis
They can-
forever.
What I was
well,
saying is that I think you can live a more low-key kind of normal lifestyle, living the more regular jobs, but still be an extraordinary person. And I agree with that 1,000%. But Mama D was saying, she's like, no, you're average. Like, average is such, like, I would never use average for someone. I mean, it's just like dimming their light.
I would say you can't call them average.
Except
'cause,
Noelle. I'm like, Noelle's average. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Because a lot of those average girls have doctor's degrees, and
That's
you know
why
what I mean?
Mama.
Like
I think Mama D. But that's how Mama
they
D was
worked
thinking.
all
Yeah.
their lives for something that is average, and they could be making just as
I
much
agree
money
with that.
as she does,
Or if not more.
or more, and it's just in a different. They're just doing it in a different way. That's
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So that's why I was saying
hers
life
is more
is-
loud and out there.
Yes, there we go.
Theirs is more.
They're
Private.
like they're investing in like homes,
Yeah.
stocks.
Yeah, and or just they're saving people's lives. Who knows? Like,
Everything,
They're
everything.
saving all the people from COVID right now. The heroes,
Yes.
Wait, Dan, can you
Careful.
touch the screen real quick? It turned really yellow. for some reason.
Yes. So,
Oh, because I left. That's why
Mama D is back
yeah.
in
Okay,
action,
perfect.
folks.
I turned it.
Okay, here we go.
But yes. So, he
Okay,
was saying
okay.
that Abel was saying don't call them average because.
so I used the wrong vocabulary.
Yes, I agree with that too.
Yes.
And I
so
had a
you
life
did.
coach teacher once tell me, you know what? You have a great heart and soul, but you need to expand your vocabulary because your vocabulary is very low. I remember being so insulted. Like, well, fucking give me the dictionary right now. I'm going to learn it by the end of the
You know
session.
what? Now that you put it that way, it is very low.
Matter of fact, because every word was like deep, penetrate, grab, like everything.
Why penetrate and grab?
I'm just saying.
That's the only words. Those are the only big words she learned from 50 Shades of Grey. So kudos on that, Mama
Wait,
D.
that was an amazing book. Don't even knock it. Okay, you're right. I used the wrong word. Let's not say average. I'm gonna say the girl next door.
Okay.
Right?
Okay,
Because
you
we're
can
not
say
the
that.
girl next
That's
door.
better.
You can
Yeah.
say
We're
that, yeah.
the sexy vixens, and then there's a
You're
girl
out
next
there,
door.
yeah.
Which I don't. So in my head, I interpreted that as average, but let's put it into something easier that everybody else thinks will go well. So the girl next door.
I feel like sometimes they want the girl next door to be like you.
I was just gonna bring that up. I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Low key, they do. They're like, oh, I wish I could be like, or I wish it's
Yes.
just that they're like so. It just depends on their homes, how they were raised and stuff like that.
Right.
That's why I'm saying like they should be themselves. Like, whoever's gonna love them, they're gonna love them the way they are and how they are.
Brother.
No, but
I saw a meme right now before this, and I sent it to London. It said something about she's a hoe, and it's like hoe plus me equals home. We're trying to build a home over here.
Thank you. With bountiful amounts
And London
of
was like
income.
my home. I'm like, don't you ever forget it.
Oh, I love that one.
Mommy just starts crying.
All right.
Soulmate. That's soulmate shit.
I have a random question that it's a little bit off topic, but just to talk about something. All right. So again, like I was saying earlier, I would like for all of us to define
Oh yeah.
our definition of cheating, and then the second question is, it doesn't have to necessarily be.
Thanks for going off topic, brother.
Well, it sort of
We'll
has to
answer-
do
we'll
with
answer.
being the
Cheat me out?
vixen and being a
No.
good and bad girl in a sense.
Go to Safari.
And then the second question is in relation, not even necessarily relationships, but just period friendships, relationships. How much? Because you guys said earlier, basically like both you guys make your own money. You're monetarily stable on your own. You don't need a man to support you in any way. So you can, if anything, you guys have a fight, blah blah blah. You can just say later, I don't need you, blah blah blah. But also, at what other points do you start compromising? Saying when you really like a guy or girl, how much is too much to compromise, or what are you willing to compromise on to stay there, or is it always just fuck it, I'm gonna be me and on to the next one?
So
know what
that
I mean?
question, I'll start with that one. For me,
Oh, wait,
unless
say the last one again.
All right, so listen, get off your phone.
oh yeah,
No, I was trying to log in and see if anybody's asking questions on YouTube.
Oh,
Go ahead.
All right, so second question is, it doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship. It can be friendships, family, but relationships, because that's what we're talking about. At what point, basically, and how much are you willing to compromise? Because you guys are monetarily stable. You're not the type of girls that depend on the man emotionally or for money in any way. So, like you guys were saying earlier, like I told Jazz, you had made a statement like, "Oh, like peace out, bitch. I don't need you." Like, oh, and that's how
Hit the road,
yeah.
and that's how our society's built now, right? There's song after song, like, what is
Right.
it, like Chris Brown,
Deuces?
Deuces, and
I want deuces.
Jose ain't loyal, like it, it's. I think we're built now just for the one night stand type
get up
thing,
and
and
leave,
yeah.
yeah.
So like, at what point now do you fight now, and for someone that you like,
Ooh, that's a good question.
And what do you compromise on?
So I
Okay.
don't.
When you
I
both have money,
personally
you know?
don't compromise.
At
I'm
all?
just being honest.
But
Like
then-
if I'm feeling some type of way, like I'm not saying we're not gonna get back, but
Yeah.
at least I've only been in 2 serious relationships,
yeah.
and in my relationships, if I'm out because I have the freedom to be out when I want or whatnot, then if I'm like I'm out, I'm out. I don't. Depending on what it is, I'm like we're not compromising. I'm like we're not compromising, and I'm gonna just go, but we always do end up getting back, or for whatever reason I go back or something. But yeah, so I don't compromise really. Well, I guess after the fact, after we like fight or argue,
There has to be
and maybe
something you
days
compromise
after.
about. There has to be something, even if it's small.
Like, for example, I'm not even asking you, I'm just asking you in general. What if, like, your spouse, partner, girl, or guy says, hey, you're doing this a lot, like, I want you to keep this more private, or, you know, when would you guys both be like, no, I don't want that, or like,
I don't like that in public.
Oh, about that. Oh, I thought you were talking about the fact that we can like leave.
Boundaries. I think we're talking about boundaries.
I'm a little confused
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I'm listening to compromises.
just to everything,
all
like
of it.
to who you are, to like,
I think she's basically honest. She really has like it's really her way.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's really how she
But
operates.
it's not always
But I
though.
think we compromise with even when we don't think we are compromising.
Oh, okay, so if they ask for,
Wait, you know you're talking to Jasmine,
I'm
right?
confused. I'm like, I'm kind of seeing it. Like, okay. Well, if they want something like, it depends really because like if sometimes like my partner's like, you need to be home at this time, and I feel like I have something to do. I'm like, I'm gonna be home a little bit later, but like, I'm still gonna be like, I'm sorry I came home late, but I don't know. Is that compromising? Not really though, huh? I don't know.
No, I can't find it. Can you look? No, it's live. Can you find the questions?
What were you gonna say, Karina?
Mijo, I'm asking. People are asking questions on YouTube. Those ones. Can someone log into theirs?
Momentary
Yeah,
pause,
thank you.
everyone. We
Sorry.
signal froze. Signal.
Okay,
Signal froze. Kidding.
this is a good question. I like this question.
Well, I just feel like they shouldn't change the way you are or ask for anything else, and they already know how and who you are. So
That's true. Like they
if-
knew what they were getting
like,
into.
They should, like, if you are a singer and you have to go out late at night and you have to sing and you have to be out
Be in the studio.
in the studio or stuff like that, they should know that. They shouldn't have to or ask you to change the little things because they made you that way. So
I'm all.
for that, like, either you handle that lifestyle or move on. Don't waste your time on yourself or on me, you know, because then you could leave the door open for somebody else that really truly appreciates you and really wants to be with you for who you are and how you are. I think they should.
Okay, so
about it,
I'm gonna give a different twist to this in the sense of I feel like me as an adult film star, I think it's different than maybe you or somebody else who's social media famous. I think being an adult film star is a lot harder for people. But what I want to say is like I feel like I'm learning now that like I'm dating again and like I've been through relationships and I've been through this whole single thing is I feel like right now I was single for obviously for like the last couple of years. The last person I was dating. And then before that, I had like what, good 7, 8 years. So it's almost like a 10-year span minus the last person I was with. And
Burpee?
yeah, it was a lot of burpees.
I want to come burp, baby.
Baby burps. And I feel there's people I have dated in the past that things could have worked out if I would have put my ego or pride aside. Because sometimes I feel like me literally being like it's my way or the highway hasn't got me results in my love life because I've been single for so long because I've been so controlling. It's my way or no way. You're going to act the way I do or like I'm out the door. And at the end of the day, like I'm not always right. Sorry to disappoint the audience. And anyone I've dated, it's probably like now the bitch thinks that.
Oh my gosh.
Now that I'm not with her. Hold on.
Oh, she's like on the mic.
Mike.
If you think about it, you wouldn't be where you're at right now if they were like. Sometimes I feel like some relationships hold you down.
Okay, so that's where we're gonna go with the difference. The difference.
It went the way it was
So,
supposed to.
Honestly, I am where I am today because I really did I don't give a fucks. It's about me and it is my way or my way. But I also feel there's times where I could have still had my way. I still could have been me and stood with certain people if I would have put my ego or pride down a little bit and compromise. Because I've actually dated people who were okay with my lifestyle, but maybe there's like one stupid little petty thing that you didn't do my way. So I was like, I'm out the door. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's compromising to things. So, because I feel like now today, like I'm in the same position, I'm doing the same thing, I'm doing bigger things, and now me dating, the things that I actually listen now when somebody tells me, "Hey, you hurt my feelings when you did this," or "Hey, this bothers me." Now, it can't say my job bothers them like this. You can never come at me like that because you already know how I am. But if there's something that like certain actions I do bother them, I feel me being grown up now and the fact that I want a relationship and, you know, in the future get married and have a family and, you know, like build a whole empire with somebody, like it can't be my way because I'm not always going to be right. At the end of the day, I'm not always right. Like I know that, like as much as I think I'm perfect, I'm really not. Sorry, everybody, I'm not really perfect. And I know that God's going to bring people into my life to be like, Jasmine too, like this, you know how many times Jasmine corrects me, huh? Or she'll calm me down, or she'll tell me things like, "Mom, da-da-da." Because at the end of the day, like I'm not perfect. Like I need certain people to tell me things, to calm me down, or to take me to a certain area, or to have me to be my greatest. And I believe everybody has a little gift in them to bring me to that level. So if I'm always like, no, fuck it, it's my way or the highway, like how am I ever going to be truly great if I'm not listening?
So basically what you're saying is you do compromise. That's what Abel's question was.
Yeah, so today, like literally like today.
How
like,
easily are you willing to compromise?
Well, it obviously depends on what it is.
Okay.
But I feel like at the end of the day, like me today where I'm at is, I feel like I think right now I'm just learning what love really means. Like love is unconditional. So that means like I'm going to ride or die for you, right? And I'm going to have your back as long as you're having my back. So at the end of the day, like that person's not going to be perfect. And they might do shit that pisses me off or irritates me or might hurt me now and then. But if I know like you love me with all your heart and you're in it for life and like you're seeing my vision and like we're going to build together, like I feel like all the little stuff that I could be like, well, fuck it, you're out the door. Like I could compromise on. Because at the end of the day, like now like I don't know if it's because I'm at the age I am, which is 44. It's like I'm really looking for like a partner in life, like a best friend.
As you should.
Like
at
someone.
44. Please.
What? Punch her with that. But you know what I mean? Like ultimately, and ultimately, that's what I honestly thought when I got married. You know, but it didn't work out that way, and. Today, though, it's a little different where I'm willing to compromise on a lot of things. And of course, not my career, not my choices, not my dream, but like the little things before that I would have been like, I'm out the door. Like now I'm like, okay, I could compromise, or okay, we could talk about this, or okay, I apologize for that, or I won't do this, or I won't do that, which these are things I would have never done before. So I think today, like at the time where I'm at and what I'm looking for, yeah,
Yes.
It's a lot different.
Should we? Abel's other question was about what do you think cheating is, or did you want to answer that one, or Abel's was?
Well, hold on
So-
real quick.
Oh, you
Hold
want to
on.
see? No. Is there
Was there questions or anything people wrote?
There's one question. There's a lot of comments though, but just one question.
Okay.
question?
But the question is from Roscoe Ruffin. What's important to you? 1. What's your goal in life? 2. Life can end at any moment. What's really most important to you? 3.
Good question. Go ahead. Tell Jasmine number 1.
1. What's important to you?
I guess just relationships with family and love, and traveling. Traveling for sure.
What about you? What's important?
What's most important to me? Making sure my family's taken care of.
I like that.
You like that?
And your goal? What is your goal in life for the both of you?
Mine is to be successful and fruitful in happiness and in wealth, but to also leave an impact, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like everyone's typical, but definitely to travel a lot. Mine's like, my number one's like so much traveling around the world. That's like my number.
Maybe you're like born. You're a hippie.
I
from, like,
really am like, I
the
wanna
age
go
of
everywhere
Aquarius.
out the country, like everywhere, yeah.
What was the question again?
What's your goal in life?
Oh, goal. So it's most important and goal. That's what I was trying to figure out the difference.
Yeah.
My goal in life is to touch, move, and inspire people to be great.
All right.
Right on.
That's it. Everything else is just comments to what we've been
Okay.
You
talking
pick
about.
one of the other ones.
Wait, you didn't answer
Oh,
my
Abe was
question.
the cheating
All right,
one.
so
Ask
what
somebody
is
first.
our
I'm gonna use the
definition
baño.
of cheating?
What do I consider
And what are the boundaries and of it? You know what I mean?
Ooh, okay. How many minutes are we in?
Uh,
Can we do
40.
sponsors where she goes to the bathroom?
oh yeah, let's just do sponsors.
Let's do
real
sponsors
quick.
where she goes to the bathroom. Okay. No, my left leg's going numb. Hello, it's Deanne Munoz, and welcome to another Unleash Your Sexy podcast. We are at season 4, episode 4. Thank you to each and every one of my fans and loyal followers and subscribers to my YouTube channel. I absolutely love you guys. Oops. Kudos. Love you guys for all the love and support that you've been giving us so far. So I want to go ahead and give a shout out because without these sponsors, Unleash Your Sexy podcast wouldn't be this fabulous. Okay, so tonight I am wearing lashes by Tameless Me. And they're called Fearless. So men watching, if you want your woman to do her makeup and get sexified for you and be that sexy vixen, please head over to tamelessme.com and go grab her some beautiful lashes. They have some sexy eyeliner, some sexy DSL lipsticks. And even more lipsticks. Head over to them. They're one of our sponsors. We absolutely love them. Thank you, Tameless Me, for sexifying me with all this glam and beauty. Hey. Thank you to Tameless Me. Next, one of our favorite sponsors who's been with us in the beginnings is Princess P Jewelry. Men, women love jewelry. It doesn't even have to be real. Jewelry is accessorize. The number one thing fashion teaches us is accessorize. So go to Princess P Jewelry. She has the best prices with the hottest items that are available right now in season. Check her out right now. Please go support her. Go get her some lashes, some lipstick, some jewelry. Last but not least, we have Pretty Petals in the house. These are 1 year long roses. 1 year long, man. You can literally save a whole year's paycheck of not having to buy her fresh flowers. So literally head over to prettypetals.com. Women love to feel special. Women love heartfelt gifts. So go to Pretty Petals, buy her some 1 year long roses, and she actually has it that comes with this pretty little jewelry box, storage box. You can put your Tameless Me sexy eyelashes. So when she gets dressed up for you tonight, you got some sexy lingerie. We need to get like some lingerie sponsors to come in. And your Princess P jewelry she could put in there. Spoil your girl. Women love it. Number one tip, spoil. Oh, and my makeup and hair and glam tonight is by Sparkles. So down below right now, all of my sponsors' website links, Instagram links are going to be available to you. Head over, follow them, give them a shout out, let them know that Mama D, Kiara Mia sent you over to them. And
Abe said your outfit. Too.
oh, and my outfit is by Beliza Brazil, sportswear.com. So I have this cute little workout outfit. Your woman's complaining about her panza, about gaining weight. You know what? Go buy her some cute workout clothes and help motivate her to get her in the gym. Head on over down below. Click the links. Love you guys. And Jasmine's back.
Next
Okay.
pregunta.
Oh, all right. Answer my question.
Oh yes, about cheating.
All right. So what is
I was trying to skip that question.
Okay, so you guys, my brother was not here last Wednesday, which
trying
we
to
did a
avoid that
whole
question.
thing on cheating last week.
Well, you said you didn't answer that last
Yeah, we
week.
didn't. No, we
So
talked.
what
It was
you
different.
have to actually, what is the definition to you? Because I've asked this to so many people. And
That's
they'll
good.
give
I
me
don't think we
different
actually talked
and the
about
boundaries
it. Huh?
of
Did we
it.
talk about it last week?
And the boundaries of cheating. Because a lot of my friends will they go to the extreme and they're like, no, that's not cheating. I'm like,
Okay,
what do you mean it's not
I'll
cheating?
start. I'm sorry, Mama D.
Nah, I don't matter.
She's like, no, that little bit, it makes a difference. So I'm going to say, am I gonna flip and get super pissed at my boyfriend for like messaging other girls or DMing them like inappropriately? Yes. I wouldn't go at, like, it's like I might be like, I'll leave or not leave, I'll just like be super mad. But I don't think he's cheating. But I'll say like that's like I'll still get super mad and stuff like that.
Okay, so
So I wouldn't say that.
okay,
but
so
just to
so
go
that's
in
not
the beginning
cheating.
phases.
Right.
But it's still like I don't know.
So it does, so in your head,
Or
it's,
is it
it's
cheating?
technically not cheating because
But it's also not okay.
okay, so
Him
that's-
hanging out with another girl, like behind my back, that's cheating. I don't care if you guys were just kicking it, which I'm not gonna believe that. But if you message, I'm like, I wouldn't consider that cheating, but I'm still gonna get freaking pissed.
okay, so real quick question before that is,
And then I'll probably message guys just because you message girls.
would you leave your man for actual cheating?
For actual, have I been cheating? Oh,
Would you leave him for
I
actually
know.
cheating?
I do believe in chances. I feel like we've talked about this
Yeah.
before, but
I don't think we have though on here.
Oh, on
I
here.
think we
Oh,
have
okay.
a conversation about that.
yeah, I do believe in chances. So just really depends on how I'm feeling.
Okay. But
Not
there
really. It's not that deep. It's pretty simple. Like if I'm feeling like I still want to be with you after, then I still want to be with you. If I don't, even if I'm dating someone and I feel like they did something dirty, then I might just be like, nah, I'm over it. It just depends on how I feel.
This is a good question. This is a good question. Okay, so let me ask you just a few questions because I feel you were very vague there.
Oh.
So okay. So do you consider him texting other women cheating?
It's not okay, but it's not
It's not
cheating.
okay, but it's not cheating. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Because either
Or
cheating or
is
it's
it?
not.
I'm like, hold on.
Because it could be inappropriate. It
There
could
we
be
go,
like it's
yeah.
inappropriate and it will lead to cheating.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
distinctions.
where I'm at.
There's temptations, there's cheating, and there's not cheating. So let's put it in
Yeah,
three
you put-
categories.
yeah, you
okay,
did it-
okay. So
did it
it's
right.
technically not cheating, but it's leading to temptations,
Correct.
right? And that, of course, is going to cause a huge motherfucking
And then
fight.
yeah, and then at the end of the day, you really shouldn't be giving attention to nobody else, but that type of attention to your girl.
Okay. Next question.
She's like, well, what about you?
you notice I like went around that part.
I know.
I'm like, oh, let me circle around that.
No, it's like I have a question.
Okay, so texting somebody else. Okay, how do you feel about this? Because from Street Scholars, Rocky's so adamant.
Rocky.
Like his girl is not allowed to like another guy's picture or comment. How do you feel if your man was to comment on another girl's picture or like it?
Okay, so already like London has done that. So basically, you're gonna unlike, you're gonna delete that comment, and then you're gonna block them.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we got that. So it's not cheating.
Well, I've only been in 2 relationships. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
so
really
it's
hard
not
to
cheating.
know.
Yeah.
See,
Gimme.
everyone wants
Yeah, because if a guy leaves a comment or likes a picture that to another female, that says that he pretty much he doesn't respect you enough. So that
Yes.
gives it a little open door for the girl, the
And
female,
she
to like
knows, yeah.
message
She
him.
knows she's invited
Yes.
now
Yeah,
to
It's
DM
like an
you back.
invitation, like come through. You know,
But,
like
and then you also got to think like now it's a never ending circle. Like, okay, I see
Yeah.
that. Okay, then you see this. No, I'm gonna see that. And like, who's gonna stop first?
yeah.
I've literally been like, well, you stop first. No, and then he'll be like, no, you stop. I'm like, no, you stop. I've literally done that, and I'm like, oh no, okay, well then we're both just gonna be in this never ending cycle. That's literally it. That's how it's
I'm gonna follow this guy and I'm gonna like him and I'm gonna talk to him and you're gonna do the same thing and we're just gonna
Yeah.
keep hurting each other. So at what point do you honestly just say,
So
well,
I haven't gotten there yet, but I'll let you know when.
fucking love you. Okay.
Well, I guess it's different because it's like I have guy friends, and to me, the big rule is like if you guys are honestly friends, and they follow you back, you're
Right.
allowed to like their picture.
Right.
Comment, no. But I'm like, I have so many guy friends that I like, and I would never like even, but I'm like, oh damn, But to me, my big thing is if they're following you back, and you can say hi to them in person.
That's different.
Definitely.
That's different,
Like,
yeah.
But it's just like, or if not, just as long as they're following you back on Instagram.
But what about what emoji they comment? Even if they're just
No,
what if they commented like an emoji like that red one with the tongue out, like
Oh, we gotta fight. I am going to
You're
jail
catching those,
tonight.
baby. No, please, baby, no hands. You catching these hands. I'm sorry.
the chocolate emojis. You're like not my man.
Or sometimes guys could be so sneaky, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's my cousin. That cousin."
I've actually heard stuff like that. I've heard stuff
I was
like that.
dating once.
Oh, fuck.
That
Now we're all throwing shade
That
on
would
guys.
cause a domestic violence in my
Oh,
house.
trust me.
I'd rather you be like, babe, I thought she was house trying to have a threesome, than me find out you said that was your cousin or your sister or somebody like you knew, and like, oh yeah.
It
Like, that
cost
would
a-
literally
it
cause a
cost a
domestic
We do
violence.
not
Fly in an
co-sign
airplane,
domestic
so-
violence. We do not
I'm
co-sign.
being funny. I'm being sarcastic.
Well, I was dating this one guy, and then he had no social media but a messenger. Well, he kept
tried that too.
family only, right? So we were coming back from Mexico trip, and all of a sudden, this girl is like, "Where you at? Where you at?" And I'm like, "Who was that?" No, like fighting for the phone, fighting.
Oh
and I'm
my
like, "Why are you fighting over the phone?" Like, damn.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like right next to you, like, no, can't fight. But it ended up being, he told me, "Oh, it's my cousin. They just want to know where I'm at. What am I doing? This and that." I'm like, okay. It ended up not being the cousin. He was talking to this female. And yeah, he would always lie about females in there, and they were cousins. But in reality, I always had the little gut feeling of, yeah, listen to that gut feeling is always right.
So you
I've
found it
never
out.
been wrong for that. And thank God he's out of my life. Oh well, the cousin, the famous cousin.
So was he only talking to her, or was he seeing her in person, or was he only talking through social
Did you
media?
ever talk to her to find out?
that one? No.
She's like, but a different girl with him.
I would have screenshot her and been like,
I
bitch, how you know my man?
You know what? We should bring that.
You want a
topic-
threesome? Come
Wait,
over
wait, we
right
should
now.
bring
See
that
what happens when you walk through that door.
We should bring that topic up though. On have you ever messaged someone that you were dating, a girl that was talking to him, or whatever the weird situation was going on? Have you ever got messaged by someone, by the girl, or you messaged someone? Wait, I'm asking Karina first. Okay, go.
Everybody's ex always messages me as soon as they date somebody. Every
And then
fucking time.
when I got this job, I was still with the guy at the beginning, and I would have to go pick him up like far away by my house. And then he was like, "Yeah, babe, yeah, come get me, because his motorcycle was messed up." So I would go.
Don't tell me that a bitch's house. I'm gonna roll up tonight.
Wait.
I'm gonna drive. You're gonna shoot. Just letting
No,
you know.
I was sleeping by my dad's truck, so
Got me
I don't have to
fucked
leave
up.
the door open. So you
Don't
hunk
fuck with my family.
Yeah. Open the door, or I'll be in the truck. I was like, all right, but
Open the door. I'll be.
Well, I
Wait,
was
you were
here-
picking him up? Or no, he was picking you up.
I was picking him up.
Okay.
So
okay.
he's like, I'll be in the truck sleeping because I'm tired. And I'm like, all right. So, but he was like,
that's
baby,
weird.
I love you. I miss you. I can't wait for you to
Wait.
come.
He was in a truck or his truck?
And his dad's truck.
At his house or
Yeah,
some other
he-
girl's house?
No. His.
Well, let her finish. Let's see. Let's see to the end.
Wait.
Let's let her finish
No,
to
that's
the
I didn't know
end.
the story. That's what I'm asking.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Karina.
she knows the story.
Okay, so wait. He was at his house
Yeah, he was at
and his dad's car.
Yeah.
Truck.
Yeah.
At what time?
Well, right after here,
wanna
I
get
leave
to
like
the
around 10,
climax of
11.
this
So
story.
around 12 a.m. maybe by the time you get there?
By
Out there?
11:30.
Okay.
So I hunk, and he was like, well, wake me up. I'm like, all right. I hunk and everything. Nothing. And then I was like, well, I'm going to get off and go knock in the truck. So I opened the door. The light went on, and he was knocked out.
Okay.
And then I see that he was with his AirPods.
AirPods.
And then I look at the phone, and it was on. And I grab it. And then it was like a girl talking to him for a very long time, 2 hours. So when he was talking to me, telling me, I can't wait to see you, like, I love you, this and that.
While he was on the phone with the girl.
He was on the phone with another girl. Because he says I wasn't giving him enough attention because I was working here with you.
Oh my God, tell him, chupa mi verga.
Because I was working here with you and he needed that attention that I wasn't giving him.
That's such
that while
bullshit.
I'm working.
That's such bullshit.
So I'm like, oh my God. And then he jumped out real quick. Everything just went quick. I went to the messages.
Did you call her back?
No, I went into the messages and it was a bunch of hearts, a bunch of emojis that he would never send me. But I had caught him before and I was like, yo, these recent emojis, where are you sending them to? Recent emojis.
I didn't think about that.
You
I'm
know,
gonna be checking that right now.
The recent emojis.
I already been on that.
He had
I didn't even know this
He
stuff.
had peaches. He
I
had
think this is like-
eggplants. He had.
These are things, dear cheaters. This is how we're catching on you
Oh,
guys.
yeah,
I already know
Yeah.
that part.
Search
I
for
didn't
the
know that.
recent
OnlyFans.
emojis.
One word, OnlyFans.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have OnlyFans or social media, so
Yeah.
who the heck?
Yeah.
He doesn't even send me nothing of that. So who is he sending that to?
Oh, shit.
Nono's already
emojis.
checked. Nono's
I
deleting her.
would've
Nono's like, what?
I would have never, ever thought about
Yes,
that.
the reason emojis, girl. Oof, I got him like that too, and I knew he was talking to. It's just like that
But, you
feeling.
know, I think that would hurt. Like, how would you send a stranger girl hearts over
Not
me, who
just
you're
hearts,
like claiming or
peaches,
saying you love me?
eggplants, chiles, everything like.
Chile. Pepino.
Chiles, like the little half fire ones, like all these things that he would never ever even send me.
Honestly, to me, that would hurt probably more than him being like, hey, babe, this is hot girl, like I want to hit her up. Or him being like, look, this girl's messaging me. That would hurt me more at the fact that you're talking to someone behind my back.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, it would be this is, like, you're giving her love that I'm not getting. Like, I'm the
Yes.
number one bitch. Like,
You know what, Mama
I'm getting
D?
your attention. Like, I'm the number one. If you're not loving me that way, I'm out the door.
But you know what Mama D would have said back in the day? Go fuck his best friend. Back in the day. Guys, back in the day. This is not Mama D's.
Well, maybe.
You're like, well, I always thought he was cute.
Maybe he's in the DMs already.
She said maybe he's already DMs. Trust me, they're always in the DMs.
Yes.
Always.
No, and then how can you show love and affection to somebody like to the fullest, to the max, when you feel that there's something going on? You get me? That's his excuse. You wouldn't show me much love, this and that. But I know you were doing something. So how am I gonna give it all to you when you're not giving me 100 either? You know, like.
Well, that's what we're talking
That
about.
sounded
Where
like
the word,
the whole beginning of my relationship.
where the word,
The
that's
whole
where that
beginning.
word compromise comes in. Like, where are we gonna compromise? At the end of the day, come on, like, what this job is? What, 8 hours a day? And how, like, we have a good 6 hours to message whoever we're dating or fucking with. You know, maybe there's, like, right now, there's a 1 hour period where you're not getting attention. A 1 hour period. That's it. So at the end of the day, like, I don't know, man in my life could be like, well, you didn't call or text me, give me attention. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, you're getting all my attention. You already know that. I'm gonna show you where I'm at. I'm gonna screenshot everything. Da, da, da. Like, you already know. Like, you already know the business. But for somebody to even try to come at me personally like that, like, I already know you're bullshitting. Because I'm gonna overdo it to you, over love you, that there's no way you could even possibly play that card with me. You know?
And the sad part is when they make you feel stupid, and when they make you feel like you're crazy, and then you get to the point of thinking like, am I really like that jealous, or am I really like tripping over something that is nothing there?
They're just like mine. They're manipulative. And
They're like
which
so,
is something
like,
I've never been good at
so
being.
good at it.
I've never been good at being manipulative. It's not in me.
No, she's really like, fuck it, leave it.
I can't. I'm like,
the
even
end of
at
the day-
lying, I don't lie. I'm like, I'm just going to tell you this is what happened.
But at the end of the day, they ended up looking stupid. You're like, so what did I told you? What did I tell you? Yeah, they ended up looking stupid because you were not wrong. It was them trying to switch it up all on you.
But I felt also too, like, how long were you dating this person?
About a year.
And you've never had an incident before that, ever.
Yeah,
Because I'm telling you right now,
one
at that
time.
point, like, there was red flags. Because I feel with
Oh,
men,
yeah.
there's gonna be red flags.
Dr. Mama D.
Period.
Not Dr. Phil,
Like-
Dr. Mama D.
And I feel like we're not pendejas.
No.
We're not. Come on. Like, we're gonna we're gonna play stupid,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and we're gonna stay because they're treating us good, or B, I don't know. Some people just are afraid of being alone, so they're still gonna stay and play pendeja, And then when they find out, are going to throw a big deal. When at the end of the day, like, you already knew 8 months ago, 6 months ago, 4 months ago, 2 months ago, that there were already red flags.
Yeah.
So it's about those red flags. Like, why didn't you leave?
But then
At the red
sometimes,
flags.
like she said, we give him that one chance.
Yeah, there's one chance.
One chance,
But
yeah.
it's been a year. Was that his second chance or no?
Yeah.
It
No,
was?
that was that was like his second chance. Like that was it. I told him, okay, we're
So
gonna work this out.
Before that, there was only one incident ever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I mean,
He screwed up.
then I felt like at that point, like that was a relationship where he gave you lessons to learn
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you got to grow from. Because I've told Jasmine before too. At the end of the day, I'm like when it comes to like, if it was like cheating, you know, like we can. I feel like if I love you, like I'm not gonna want to leave. You know, I mean, my ego and pride might make me, but I believe like at the end of the day, I'm not perfect
Or
either.
maybe we're just gonna carry on and match each other's energy.
But you know
If
what?
you're on that
But
vibe-
that's settling. Like, why would
Not
you settle
settling,
for
not settling, like,
for
not-
like not having a great relationship as opposed to like you do this, I do that. You do this, I do. It's a game.
What do you mean you do
That's
this?
too much energy. Because you said match each other's energies.
Or just like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're just matching each other, like, all right, this is like we know, okay, so this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. All right.
So I think like
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what
Okay,
I'm on,
so-
I know what you're on. Cool. That's it.
okay. Well, I think that's different than matching energies. I think it's like we're
Oh.
gonna go to just dating and fucking other people, right? That's matching each other's energies because I can't say shit, you can't say shit, and we're doing our own stuff. Or matching energies in the sense of we're both gonna play, we're committed, but I'm gonna fuck around, you're gonna fuck around. I feel like that point, like that's a lot of energy and a lot of games.
Oh, no,
and
to him, he
other
was like, we're
people,
both
and then a lot of
together.
other people are gonna be involved, and then it's gonna cause even more drama, and like it's just exhausting. Like at the end of the day, like how about you just be with somebody who is the same energy? Why settle for matching
I'm
energies?
just gonna put it out there in the universe, Mama D and Tony Robbins. I'm watching this. I did Mama D miss.
That was the point.
That was the universe was like, it's
Miss
a
me
no.
with that shit.
So what girls have you had message you or have you messaged ever?
Honestly, lately, I want to say like, honestly, every time I start dating somebody new, every time, like it's, I mean, no joke, like
Is it their
literally.
fault? Would you say that the guys like it's that they're still kind of involved when they start something new?
Honestly,
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're still kind of, I don't know.
you know what? No, I say 50-50. I want to say half the girls that ever messaged me were because somehow the ex was still talking to them. Didn't mean they were with them.
Which was all right.
Didn't mean they were with them.
Like I said, when you're single, you can
You can do whatever
honestly
you want. Yeah. And I've also had it
Abel,
at
when
times.
you're single, technically, let's say, Abel, you're
Wait,
single.
I've had it also too, where the rest of the time is where they didn't fuck with this girl at all. Like there's no messages, no nothing. But it just happened to be a psycho ex that still happened to message. So it's been on both sides. Like whether they were like still talking to them or not, like exes, like girls are just crazy. And I just think like you look stupid as fuck calling another bitch, trying to claim somebody who it claiming you anywhere on social media, in front of their friends, nothing. You know, just because you guys had an encounter 1 or 2 times doesn't mean you're in a relationship.
But that brings me
Just
to the
because they
next
smashed
question.
1 or 2 times.
We did have this other question written down that I already remembered off top is it okay while you're dating someone new that you're interested in to still just be having only sex with your ex?
Yes.
You're still technically single, everybody. You're technically single.
See?
You're dating someone new that you like, but you're still only having sex with your ex. You're not at all with her trying to work things
if
out.
I'm technically single and we're not exclusive, I can sleep with anyone I want. Whoever I want, as many times
even
as
if
I
you're
want.
interested in this new guy you met, but you're still fucking your ex, it's okay. But would you tell him you're still fucking your ex? Or just keep it to
I
yourself.
wouldn't tell him. What the hell?
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay, audience.
Because you can't tell them, does that make it right or wrong? Because it's something you have to hide.
No, I'm not hiding it. It's just that we're not in a
You don't have
in a
to tell them.
relationship where I have to disclose what I'm personally doing. Period. Now, once we become exclusive and you and I made a decision, hey, we're not going to see anybody else or talk to anybody else or sleep with anybody else, then my word is I'm going to be faithful. So the minute I'm not, that's lying. My word is my word. I'm either going to be faithful or I'm going to be single. It's one or the other. And when I'm single, I'm single. When I'm faithful, like I'm cutting everybody off. You know, like it don't matter who it is.
What do you think?
Because
Abe?
I feel like just at the end of my word is my word, and that's all I have at the end of the day.
I think, okay, this is what I think about that. So basically the question is, I'm interested in a new girl, but I have my ex around. I have my ex
No,
around.
you're just sleeping with your ex still.
Yeah, I have my ex around, basically.
Yes.
Because I feel like exes
He's
are
like,
kind
to
of
make it
like
not
they're
X-rated.
kind of like the
Yeah.
rebound person. Like I don't want to fuck with you no more, but I don't want to sleep with somebody new and get them attached because I'm actually dating somebody I like, but I could get pussy real quick from you. I'm gonna use you real quick and bounce over here, get a quick nut,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna take
I
off
guess,
and go
honestly,
back to the
So
person.
what do you-
if I really like the girl, I'm not even going to be thinking about my ex anymore.
Aww.
Okay. My brother is at like 2% of men in the
Knee
world.
slapper.
Yeah. But then, like, at like 1 a.m, I'll probably be like,
If you're drunk, you might hit up your ex like,
yeah,
hey, come
maybe,
over. Come
maybe.
sleep over.
It depends, like, what,
It's
if
convenient
it's
and
taking
easy.
like 2 or 3 months to like for this other girl to commit, and she doesn't want to like at least have fun, then my needs are gonna, of course. Like,
But
my
it's
human
not that
needs-
you don't like her anymore.
No.
It's just
You
that
have
Yeah.
physical needs. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's physical needs that need to be
but
met.
at the same time, too, I know girls can be exes can be petty,
That's
and
true.
and the
my
more you start the longer
Can I
you
show
keep
you
that
my DMs?
the
Like,
longer
tag 'em
the
along.
longer you keep that physical connection with
Drag
them,
them
that more
along.
that emotional connection stays with her. So she's gonna end up finding out about the new girl, and she might do something stupid to mess it up.
And be like,
So that's another reason
"Hey,
why
you know
I
I'm
might
still
not
sleeping
wanna,
with him."
So it depends how my ex is.
Congratulations.
If she's cool and she's already she's not. I know she's not gonna do anything crazy, but that's probably not 99.9% of the time. They're all gonna you're all gonna do something crazy every single time, for the most part. I shouldn't judge, but it usually.
Well, no, it's not judging.
you know,
It's obviously my
facts.
DMs. It's
Yeah.
statistical facts in my
Yeah.
DMs.
Yeah.
Like literally every time I start dating somebody new, I swear every
Do
person I've
something
ever
petty.
dated, their exes are always in my DMs.
Yeah, it's just
Except one person.
the way it is.
There's only
the way it
one
is.
person.
Yeah. And
Other than her, like, yeah,
it
I've
goes both
never
ways.
ever had someone's ex in my
Yeah,
DMs.
girls will do it to the guys, and guys will do it to the new girl. I've had it happen to me before too. I mean, not of course as much as you, but I've had it happen. So that's why I'm like, I don't know.
You really
like,
have? You never told us that part.
I've had it happen where I've like gone to a new girl, and my ex girl was just ruining.
Did
Did it ruin it though with your new girl? Did you not carry on with her?
It was hurting it for sure. It was hurting it.
But
'cause
you guys ended
she
up-
Now started to,
It's-
she now started to question me. I might over her.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
So
it's
it
yeah.
fucked
Well,
everything up.
it's all it is I feel like now where I'm at in my age, I can already tell whether he's just smashing or whether he's in love. There's a difference with men.
But
And-
it takes a long time to learn. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like where I'm at
Enamorado.
today.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's way
Enamorada.
different.
Yeah.
Like I already know, like if like they're smashing, I'm smashing the ex, or like hey, or I'm in love with. That's two totally
Yeah.
different like distinctions, and you're already gonna know real quick.
And that's on Baby No He's. Should we go down the rest of the list of
An hour
questions?
10 right now.
We're at
Hour-
our turn?
hour
Want to
10.
try to go real quick through the rest
Okay.
of them?
Yeah.
We have like 10
Okay, so we're
15.
gonna ask more questions. Is Jazzy?
Both of us.
Okay,
Both.
ready?
Both
Okay.
of them.
Next question: would you date someone who has had a completed sex change?
Wait, let me picture. Wait, I need to picture that in my head.
So, girl with a fake penis.
I've never seen myself a dyke that's like, they might look like tomboy, but I've never seen like, oh, they look like a man.
Yeah.
It's more common from men to try
Oh, yeah.
to go to the women, correct?
Definitely. Yeah.
Have you ever seen an actual, because you were in the gay scene for a long time.
Actually, the girl Leah's dating right now, I think, or last one, somebody Leah was dating, literally looks like a cute, hot boy.
Yeah, but like
does look like a hot boy. I
Attr-
honestly wouldn't have thought it was
attractive boy, but not manly. I wouldn't, because I trained him,
Well, I mean,
her, him,
yeah, not manly.
him and Keiko,
no.
but
yeah, not manly.
attractive, yes.
But
Okay, well
still,
that's an example.
Social
okay.
media wise, you would think, oh my god, that's a pretty boy. Like you even looked at him and like, oh, you know, some girls like pretty boys. And
Wait,
some
so
like,
the question is, okay, so then like, did we know? Did they tell us when we met them, or did we just find out later?
well, you would know.
Because we know what Rocky would do. Shout out to Street Scholars. Rocky said,
Gang,
I can't even say it actually. Go watch their last episode if you want to see. Street Scholars.
Okay, so would you date someone who has had a complete sex change and you knew it?
Mm, if they look like fine as
Fuck.
I think no. I wouldn't. No, I want to know. No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Wait, let's have Mama answer
Okay.
first. Real
Okay,
quick.
would I date someone as a complete? Oh, shit, I don't know. I don't think I've ever met a girl who's had a complete sex change. But honestly, I kind of feel like at the end of the day, like
You're bi, so you
yeah, like damn, that would be a hard one. Because I figure like a girl changing to a man, she's literally trying to be a man. And when I'm dating a man, like I'm trying to date like hella alpha gangster males. Like I'm not trying to date anybody like less than no pretty boys, no soft motherfuckers, no nothing. Like no passive, nothing. Like you're alpha. So I feel like I don't think I could date. I don't like a woman. Like I'm already alpha. Like I need a woman to out alpha me. So I don't even know if there's many women that I would be able to date that could
Okay.
out alpha me. Like you would provide for me.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Ew. Oh my god. Oh my
The
god.
disrespect.
Yeah, I'm insulted. Delete that part, editor. Even though we're on live. Okay, go ahead, Karina.
Well, I had a little experience with a guy in my head. So we were talking for like through 2-3 weeks until we started like a little hug here and there. But in the back of my head, I was like, why does it sound like that when I hug the person, like sounds weird. And every time I would hug the person, it was like so
No way.
they were wrapped with tape, so the breast wouldn't really pop until I was like, I was like, what is that? And then he was like, well, I don't really have a penis, I'm a girl. And I'm like, oh, dang. I was really in shock because I really thought it was a dude, but it was a girl. It was a female. But
Was he hot?
yeah. Was she
Well,
it,
then.
I don't,
We can still smash.
You
I
cut
mean,
it
we
off?
can still smash though. I'll still let you lick it. I ain't gonna downplay that.
Next question.
Okay. Would you ever do an arranged marriage?
No.
Okay, now would it depend if it was an arranged marriage with some like hardcore chic who was a multi-billionaire and he was decent looking?
I was already considering that in my head.
That's my daughter.
Oh my god.
Go, JJ.
But no, because like, what if it's like I honestly terrible to be around? Like I don't enjoy not one single
Right.
moment with him. That'd be absolutely miserable. I'd run away if I didn't have a choice. I would not spend my life like that. So
Yeah, I for sure wouldn't either. Okay. Okay. Now, having a house husband who you took care of and who he stayed home, took care of the kids, is that a good or a bad thing?
I'm neutral on it. Well, is it idealistic? Like, do I want it to really end up being that way?
Right.
I think that I'm very into like, women get their bags and stuff like that, but I still think at the end of the day, call it sexist if you want, men should ultimately be the top provider in their relationship. And I 100% agree with that. Everyone come at me if you want. I can still have my own business and stuff, but I think that it's just men
That's
should
the
be the
man's
top
job.
provider.
Right.
And I can still provide for myself, but you should still provide more.
You know
And
what?
that's
It's
that.
interesting because I make a joke all the time. I mean, it's
But
not
I
really a
don't
joke.
mind being obviously. Is that my end goal? No. Have I been
Right.
in the situation? Am I?
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah, that's not the end goal. Like it won't if it does not switch. Then
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like honestly, I felt because me and all my companies, it's kind of like sometimes I make a joke of like if I'm dating somebody or sometimes I just make a joke. I'm like, can I get a man that has no job, does nothing with his life, like just wants to go with me everywhere and like support me? Like, it's like I'm kind of not joking. Like at the end of the day,
cool.
it's kind of like I have so many businesses. Like, you want to jump in with me and like support me? We can do this together. Like, I feel like I'm gonna fuck with you harder because I'm gonna do these no matter what. You know, and I kind of almost sometimes.
Everyone sign up. Only Karamia. Checking DMs. Send pics.
And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I don't mind being the breadwinner. You know, if you're like supporting me and you're like helping out with everything, you know?
Sugar baby.
So at the end of the day, too, when I come home, like I want the house clean, if dinner's made. Like there's just certain things like I'm about it, but
Dang.
but I get it though. Like,
Mama D wants that
But-
stay at home hubby.
but at the end of
She's
the
like,
day,
I'm getting home. Make sure that dick's ready for hours of sex.
make sure it's hard so I can just jump on it when I walk in. But also too, I mean, I get it. Like at the end of the day, like I want to be a beta female. Like I want a man who's gonna take care of me. Like even if I am paying the bills and your house husband, I still want to know though, like you're the man.
So you don't mind either or? Kind of the same. Was that your answer?
It's interesting. I don't think I've really thought about it, but I think right now, like thinking about it, yeah, like
Either or.
kind of.
However it works out. However it works
Because
out.
I feel like house husband doesn't mean he's not alpha.
No, but
It's just he's a mistake. But honestly, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. Like, would I want to really? Because would I ever want to really stay home and not work and raise kids? Honestly, no.
Yes, but that's not the question.
But I'm thinking house husband versus like a wife. Like a wife stays home and takes care of kids. Would I want to do what he's doing versus like what I'm doing now? Because I like being the boss. Like I like working. I like creating stuff. You know. So it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. But I do think that a lot. Like I would love a boyfriend that kind of
So I'm
just
gonna answer
fucked
for
with
her.
me and was like, I love what you're doing. Like, let's do it together.
Mama D will pay you to be her boyfriend and husband, and you stay home and watch the kids. You basically get sperm donor. And next question.
You're a dick. Oh God. Do looks matter in a relationship? Fuck yes.
That's the first thing that I look at.
There you go.
Obviously, is
Thank
looks.
you. Okay. Would you marry someone much younger than you, like 20 years?
I couldn't imagine that because I'm 26. About the year, but would I date or marry someone younger than me? Yes, obviously if
Right.
they're at the time. I mean at the age. But Mama D is a cougar and she only dates men younger than her, so that's that.
Thank you. Answered my question. Could you ever love someone if that person could never have sex?
I could love them, yes. I don't know if
I think
could.
for loving somebody and being
But
with them is
it
different.
makes me think of Stephen Hawking. Stephen
Oh wait, the you and me.
Stephen
The you
Hawking?
and me one, remember?
Well, that same idea. So imagine falling in love with someone who, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, but like that is in that type of case. If you fall in love with them, yes, I think in love, it's hard to even imagine that type of scenario. I think, yes, I could love them. I don't know. I mean, if I was crazy, madly in love, maybe I just have to satisfy my own needs. If I was like that crazy.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking right now.
If I had to, you know, if I was just like, you know what, like, yeah, if I had to, yes. If it really came down to it.
So the question, could you ever love someone if that person can never have sex? I think that kind of like there needs to be a little more details as like, were we in like, were you able to have sex at some time? Were we in a relationship? Did an
And then all
accident
of a
happen?
sudden- oh, yeah.
Like, could you never have sex and I met you? Like, cause I'm sure like,
What if
I
an
feel
accident happened?
I feel if an accident happened at that point, like if I fucking love you, like I love you, like I can't unlove somebody, period. And like, I'm not going to like not have your back. And if we already had an arrangement before that of being exclusive, like there's dildos, there's strap-ons, like,
You're like,
there's
you just-
strap-ons
you're
that go
like,
on the face and the mouth. Like
Mama
I'll
D, you're gonna
ride
be
your
like-
face.
you're gonna be like, you
I'm
just-
still going to get off.
Mommy's like, you just stay there, do what you do best, and watch me. And I'm sure he'll enjoy watching too. You know, if he can't, he'll like it.
Yes, there's strap-ons that go on people's mouths and that you wrap it around the face and you lock it in the back.
Is it like a mouth guard?
I think it's like a ball, I think, and then the back there's a dildo. No, they just they
Sure, there's
bite it.
safety precautions.
Like I feel like this question's open ended. I feel like if it's somebody I love, and there's a situation like
we're gonna figure it. Basically, we're gonna figure it out.
yeah, like if I'm in love with you and I'm
Yeah.
still writing for you, like we're gonna figure this shit out. Like like, are you in prison? Like, did you get like disabled? Can you not get your cock hard anymore? Like, Like we're gonna talk about this shit and we're gonna figure something out. But either way, all I know is like,
job,
if
Mama
I
D.
love you, like I'm staying. It don't matter. Like
You go, girl.
We're gonna figure shit out. Period.
Next.
So get ready for the ball gag in your mouth. Okay, marriage versus live-in relationship. So I know a lot of people are anti-relationships, anti-marriage, anti-kids. So marriage or just a live-in relationship forever?
It's crazy because I have a girlfriend that's even said, like, if you're just living together and you're not married, you're just playing house.
Yeah. Ooh,
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
You're like, why are we going to play house if you're not going to put a ring on it? So I've heard that
Right.
before.
I'm a firm believer in that one.
So you're not going to move in with somebody if you're not engaged or married, or you would? You have, so don't say you already have.
No. Live-in relationship, but I mean, obviously, I feel like at where I'm at in my age now. When I was
Not
younger, it
anymore.
was different. You know, like so when I was younger, it was like, okay, we're gonna be in a relationship for a year or two. But where I'm at today, yeah, I mean, live in like
Put a ring on it.
either
and then we'll move in.
you're already fucking with me because you want to get married and have a family. You know, I always say like build an empire because that's how I see relationships. I almost say like partnerships. Like we're gonna build something together. Like it's not like, oh, I'm with you because I love you. Because I kind of feel like love can fade sometimes for men or women. But I feel if we both fuck with each other and we love each other, like I'm gonna have your back no what, you're gonna have mine, and this is what we creative. Like we're not leaving no matter what, unless somebody's out on a gurney. We, you know, like we're in it forever. So honestly, I don't know. It's interesting. I haven't lived with somebody in the last few years. But yeah, I don't know.
I feel like in both my relationships, I lived with both of them. But in a way, I honestly,
yeah. So I think honestly, like I feel like live-in relationships should be started before a marriage because you might not like the way they do something. You might not like it for the bed, or they don't pick up their underwear, or you know they don't floss their teeth, or they don't do certain things because those little things I felt in a relationship can cause a relationship ultimately at the end of time. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like maybe somebody was like babied by their mom. And you're like, yeah, I ain't babying you, motherfucker. Pick up your fucking underwear. Those are your underwear.
Yeah.
Pick them up, put them in the dirty clothes. And he'd be like, but my mommy always did that. Well, you don't live with your mom, bro. Like, grow the fuck up. So, like, that's my room, though. Why are you in my room?
He's like, because Bella drags him out of the room and she eats the chonis.
She does. God, I hate her. I ruined so many expensive
Okay.
underwears. Okay.
Next one.
Is marriage dead? Is a baby mama? Oh, this is a good one. This might be a whole new topic.
This reminds me of
Is marriage
Jermaine.
Okay.
I'll say it, Jermaine. And
Is marriage dead? And is all we have to look forward to now is a baby mama?
so I'm going to say.
Like our guys settling, like, oh, I got her pregnant. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay now just because she's baby mama, not because they want to be married and in love.
All that, at least.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know, Noelle, if you'll agree with me because we run in the same, obviously, circle. I'm like, because we're kind of friends.
Kind of friends.
We're not really
Kind of friends.
I'm like, I think we know the same people.
You're here, but not because I like you, but kind of because I like you.
So all that I've seen, like what I said, Jermaine, and then Renzo, there's more people that go along that way. What I've seen, if you agree, is just baby mamas. More, I haven't really seen any of our personal friends
Definitely.
married.
No, baby
Or-
mamas for sure.
So that's, I'll say.
It's true. Honestly, I say that too for men. Like, you get pregnant, like, it'll keep a man temporarily. Temporarily, though.
Well, for 18 years, even if you just pay, but.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think women or young girls, I'm gonna say young girls because I feel like
Some guys still don't stay with them even while they're pregnant.
I know, but I would say, but majority of men will stay for a time period where she thinks, okay, well, I got him for this long, but then he ends up leaving when the baby's born, when the baby's 1, 2, or 3, and then she's flipping out like, I don't know why, bitch, you already knew because he didn't want you before you got pregnant, but you got pregnant to trick him, and now you're tripping because he's finally leaving, like. You tricked him into this, and honestly, I've had guy friends literally tell girls, "I don't want a baby."
But do you?
Like,
So wait,
oh, like-
what do you agree with that? Do you think that right now at this time, a marriage is more dead than it is baby mamas or more?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Because at the end of the day, I feel like right now we're at a time where the social media, there's easy access to going out, having a fun time, and right now everyone's trying to do their own thing, and I feel like we're in a place of almost even self-love where we get to choose, okay, well, this girl makes me happy, actually. Like 100, like, this girl really makes me happy. She makes me laugh. She's fun. We have a good time. There's drama, but to the extent of like other people, it's like he'd be like, well, I'm a balance because honestly, at the end of the day, there is so many men and women who can offer us happiness, joy, fun, and sex and everything we want. And we're not in a period anymore where we're obligated to stay with somebody. True. Like I feel with so many choices, it gives us the freedom to say, this is what I deserve. This is what I want. So I don't need to stay with this person anymore. And I feel like back in when I was younger, it was different. There was no social media. You know, you had to like go to a club or like know somebody to meet somebody. So you kind of stood in abusive relationships or unhappy relationships because there was no options. But now I feel there's so many options where people are like, oh, okay, I dated her for 3 months, her for 3 months, her 3 months, her 3 months. Why? Because everybody was crazy or they didn't have a connection. And we actually have a choice now because I could be single until like I'm 80. I literally could be.
Don't put that out in the universe, Mama D. Don't say that out loud.
I could be. Why? Because there's less drama and there's so much peace right now with me being single. So either A, when I meet a man, you're going to bring me that peace. You're going to be like that joy. You're going to be the laughter in my life. You're going to be the place I call home. Like I don't have to settle for less than that anymore. Get it? So I feel like that's where we're at today, where people don't have to get married anymore. Because back in the day, if a girl got married, if a girl got pregnant back in the day, like back in my time, if you got pregnant, you had to marry her. Your family would be on you like you have to get married. And then now we're at a time where at my age now, people are getting divorced. And they're like 40, 50 years old, 60, 70. Because they're like, well, my kid finally turned 18 and left to college, and I stood because of the kid. And you're like, bro, you're old and wrinkly. Nobody wants you anymore. You should have left a long time ago when you had a six-pack, some muscles, some pecs, you know, some shoulder muscles.
Or like they say, my ex-husband told me, and a lot of guys have told me, it's cheaper to keep her.
That's only
cheaper to keep her. That's if you're like a millionaire, a billionaire.
Depends. I don't know.
Cheaper to keep her
because
honestly, my peace of mind and my happiness, there's not it's priceless.
Yeah, but to my, of course I can say no names, but to my point of view of that relationship is because he doesn't want to deal with the whole child support drama and.
You know how much child support is? Child support's $250 a month.
Men are actually
$250 a month.
Sure that it's actually.
But he's already paid.
They're cracking down,
and then he's gonna pay another one, and then like
so $250. What the fuck? $250 for a peace of mind? Are you kidding me?
Oh, he gives me $300.
You don't know how much people be making.
No, but I'm just saying the minimum right now is $250. Like unless somebody has like paperwork to prove what they're paying, like right now it's like the $250 is the average right now. Period. Like you have to prove that he's making like more than like I don't know, like the average like minimum.
Which Mama D did back in the day with my dad. Remember he tried to play you? You're like,
I
got paperwork. Back in the day.
3 or 4 baby mamas, and that's like $1,000, $1,200.
Mama, do you know someone with
fucking learn to pull out? Learn to fucking pull out. That's your fucking problem, bro. Like go see a therapist, but you have problems.
No, she's just.
If you have 4 or 5 kids and you can't pay $200 each, learn to pull out. And stop fucking having kids. So yeah, you should fucking learn. This is your fucking problem.
Mama D's big man.
And honestly, I would hate to be baby mama number 7.
Angry.
And be like, oh my God, he didn't pay me child support. Bitch, he didn't pay for his first 6 baby mamas. What makes you think he's gonna pay for you? And what makes you think you're gonna be that one girl that changes him? He's obsessed with temporary satisfaction. He wants to come inside you, get you pregnant so you don't leave. Why? And then he feels safe all of a sudden, he's gonna bounce.
Well, thank God I was
That's
the first
what
one.
that already tells me I know that guy's pattern.
Yeah.
He doesn't love himself enough. He's into temporary fixes. He's going to jump from one relationship to another because he doesn't even love himself enough to stay with one person, to even wait to be single enough to find one girl that he actually does love.
Yeah, that's why he cheated on me when I was pregnant with his second kid.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the same thing with the wife. I know.
There's so many people like that. Because at the end of the day, too, sometimes there's times in my life where same thing, like if I was in an argument with somebody or like I was getting my heart broken, like I'm gonna run back to certain people, exes in my life, or people I used to date, because like there's gonna be like I'm just gonna keep because when you're sad or you're hurting, you're just gonna run back to somebody new or somebody old for that temporary Band-Aid fix. It's like a Band-Aid. Like you slice me and I'm like, fuck, it hurts. Like, let me go back to my ex. It's a quick Band-Aid. But is it a real, is it healing? Nah. Because when I'm with you long enough, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, back to the drama. I know why I left. Or A, I could jump into something new literally the day later and be like, oh my God, I met this person. Like, fuck yeah, like, there's that temporary high. It's like a drug. It's a temporary high. And it's a Band-Aid again over the wound. Because I didn't give myself enough time to be alone, to deal with my feelings, to really know, like, I didn't want to be with you, so I left. You mean? Because one thing to fall out of love with somebody is something like when people cheat and you leave. But at the end of the day, like, temporary fixes don't work. Like, there comes a point where you're just like, nothing's going to work, and you're going to literally have to deal with that wound that you had. All right. Can we end it on that note? Dun, dun.
Next Wednesday.
Okay. So thank you so much. This is season 4, episode of Unleash Your Sexy Podcast. Thank you to Jasmine Chiquito for starring in it. The crowd goes wild. Woo, 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 woo. Make sure to follow her. You guys, right now, subscribe. If you heard something in this video that resonated with you, that maybe there's somebody you thought of that needed to hear what needs to be heard tonight, please forward this message and share it to them. Down below, please leave a comment. Even if it's negative, we don't care. Just show love on my page. We love you. Go to Jasmine's page. It's going to be in the link as well. Subscribe to her page. You don't want to miss
Tomorrow.
Fresa podcast and all about LA life. We love you. See